So somewhere along the interview process, someone's going to ask for you to walk them through a relevant job experience in granular level detail. I want you to be particularly careful because this is an easy one to botch. I remember several years ago that I thought I crushed this answer. I gave them a great deal of specificity, but then 25 of the 30 minutes went by and I never heard back. So the level of depth and yet the brevity in which you answer this question is such a tricky balance to find. So unlike the past two scenarios that we've been walking through the past few days, this is not the time to just give a high level answer, but at the same time, your interviewer might be looking for depth and detail to understand the idiosyncrasies of the role that you'd be performing and that you can confidently execute. But at the same time, brevity is still important. So imagine, let's say that you're interviewing as a sales leader. One of the scenarios that you might encounter is, I want you to walk me through how you troubleshoot a deal on behalf of one of your sales reps. So here's some of the questions that they might throw at you. What was the deal? How did the deal get originated? Who is the champion? How did you multi-thread the account? How did you accelerate cycle time? How did you craft that demo experience so that you differentiate us ahead of the competition? How did you get ahead of roadblocks? How did you negotiate? What was some of the qualification criteria? And honestly, the list goes on and on and on. I think you get the point, right? So take a deep breath, and before diving into the answer, I want you to ask a question. You're just looking for brevity here. So this is how I'd say it. I'd say, that's a really great question, but obviously there's so much complexity here. How deep in the weeds do you want me to go? By asking this, you're asking the interviewer, do they prefer depth and detail, or do they want something more succinct and high level? And by asking this one question, before you dive in, you're just trying to make sure that you tailor it unique to how the interviewer wants to be communicated with. So ultimately, your interviewer is just looking for three things, really just three. So one, does this person get it? Do they really know how to be able to come in day one, make an impact quickly, or are they going to need a lot of hand-holding? Are they going to need time and bandwidth and training that I don't have? Two, they want to know, do you know how to use your time effectively? Do you know how to prioritize and create maximum impact quickly, or do you know how to delegate, deprioritize? And of course, number three, this is the power one, I think. Are you coachable? Are you willing to admit failures? Can you self-scout? Can you learn from mistakes? Are you committed to growth? Can you admit failure? So depending on the depth, I want you to steer the answer in chronological order. So highlight the elements of maximum value and maximum impact, right? Demonstrate the breadth of your knowledge. Use industry jargon and expectations at every milestone. Show them that you're one of them, right? Be open about your wins, be open about your challenges, and what you learned is a byproduct of all of those important lessons along the way. So I'd love to know how you've encountered this in the past. Did you go into super granular level detail? Did you botch it like I did doing 25 of my 30 minutes? Yikes, that was several years ago, but it still haunts me to this day. It's cringe. So tell me about how you've encountered it, how you rocked it, how you botched it. We're all friends here. So thank you so much. Let me know below. And of course, follow me to learn how to win every interview.